Carl, you're part of the defending European champion gold medal winning team. What's it like coming here to Herning?
Well, we obviously are coming here very differently than we went to Rotterdam 2 years ago as an unknown team, really, and we rode our socks off without any pressure and had an absolute dream championship, as you will remember, and took a gold and some individual silvers and individual bronze as well. 2 years later, you know, things have improved vastly, I would say, through the standard of all the teams here. I mean, we have got 4 teams. It's a very unpredictable championship, 4 teams with some very strong combinations on. It'll be who can go without mistakes, who can take risks. You know, unfortunately for our team, those people that follow it will probably already heard that Mr. Hors has had to be withdrawn, which was a big blow for us because he was one of our big scores that kept our team very safe at the top end. Michael and Gareth, though, are great new additions. They've got great temperaments, and their horses seem on very good form, and they have been improving up until this championship. So, you know, they have had scores early 70s, but there's no reason whatsoever why they can't now step up to that plate a little bit and head towards those higher scores. Vallegro is looking absolutely fantastic. I can't say any more about that than he's on the best form of his life, and I would like to recapture what happened 2 years ago on Utopia again. That's what I'm going to have to do to bring in a very high score so that we stay very much in the medal hunt.
Just talk us through those 4 teams. Who do you see as your 3 major competitors, one assumes?
Okay, well, Germany and Holland look very strong for a gold, and you know, we lost Mr. Hors, but Holland, of course, gained Parseval back again, and I think many of us thought that he actually wouldn't be coming back to championship level. He looks incredibly fit in training out the back, and we know that he's obviously very capable of a high score. So, you know, with their scorers, Edward Gal and Adelinde on the Dutch team, and then we've got Helen, Langenberg, and Damon Hill and Christina Spray with Desperados. I mean, they are very big scoring horses if all goes well. Having said that, they are horses, and you know, they've all had a dip every now and then. You know, maybe their turn will come here to have a dip, and ours might be to get it right. And of course, Denmark is on the up, and you know, we've seen what happens when you ride in your own home country. You know, you get a huge boost from the crowd, you ride with a lot of confidence. They've had some fantastic scores building up to this championship as well, and I think they're quite happy and willing to push us out the way, really, to get a team medal for the first time in many years.
Following you and Charlotte just recently has been fascinating because, of course, coming to Rotterdam, UT had been on Grand Prix circuit for maybe a year and a half, 2 years. It was Blueberry's first year at that level, and now you've got Gareth and Michael with horses that, again, are coming up to championships for the first time. So that mustn't hold much fear for you as a team.
Well, not really. You know, I think the thing is that Gareth has also been competing for a long time, although he hasn't been at championship level, and Michael also obviously has the support of his father every day. You know, that's really important, you know, that we have backing to keep the level very high, and so both of those guys are coming here with some experience, with a good team behind them, and as you rightly said, you know, Utopia actually and Vallegro, although they're only 11 and 12 years old, they have been championship horses already for 3 years. So, you know, from that point of view, you know, we are feeling very confident.
The Grand Prix here has the potential to be almost 4 different competitions, because we've got this afternoon, we've got into quite late in the evening tonight, we've got very early tomorrow morning, and then back into more traditional training times.
Yes, you know, obviously for the Olympics last year we saw we had to do the Grand Prix and the Special, which counted towards our team medal. Here at European level you have just the Grand Prix. Now the interesting thing about just having a Grand Prix, obviously, for a team medal is you will see some of the sensitive horses very often, as you saw last year with the Olympics. Mr. Hors, if you think about it, in fact was our 3rd score on the first day. He improved by the end of the championships to take the individual bronze. Now there are a lot of horses, good horses, that very often on their first day come in with a little bit of nerves, a little bit of lack of concentration, and then of course they get that as the competition moves on. And you know, that's something to bear in mind, you know, that it won't, just because these are great horses, they might not be at their best on the first day, so we all have to get a good ride. Now Utopia and Vallegro, as we know, they're very gentlemanly is probably a word to describe it, in the fact that they are very safe normally in their surroundings, so they should give their best tests tomorrow on the first day when they get to start. We do have then, of course, the advantage these horses that have gone today will have an easy day tomorrow before the special, the Grand Prix special on Friday. There we will go back to riding for individual medal again, which we didn't do last year at the Games. So a chance then for perhaps some new combinations to come through and take individual honours, and then we all have an easy day off on Saturday before the Cur on Sunday. A long week though for the horses, you know, when they are working under these conditions.
And in the Grand Prix, what do you consider to be amongst the most high-level movements? What do you think, I've really got to work for this bit?
Okay, well, when you look at a Grand Prix test sheet, you will see that the most difficult movements have a coefficient of 2, and that's obviously because they are very difficult. And those movements are the half passes in the trot. They're very steep. They look very easy. When you see a horse do those, you're just sitting watching. They look incredibly easy, but believe me, they're very steep, and the difficulty there is to keep the suspension and not change the trot when you do it. And when you have one to the left and one to the right, of course, it shows your training has to be absolutely 100% about the horse being supple both ways. Canter Pirouettes, my nightmare. You know, going straight up a centre line towards a judge, you have to be straight on the way in, 6 to 8 strides to make the pirouette, straight on the way out, no loss of balance, again with the coefficient of 2, and the piaffe, of course, the highlight really of the Grand Prix. And the difficulty there, of course, you see so few horses able to do 12 to 15 steps on the spot. Look out for Vallegro, Desperados. Those are two like specialities in the piaffe, but most of the tests you watch, you will see a fair amount of travelling in that, and it's only those ones that can get it on the spot that can score the 10s.
Thinking specifically about the Grand Prix and national honours, what does your head and your heart say about Britain's chances?
You know, I mean, last week we were obviously, you know, it gives you a bit of a blow to lose Hors. Having said that, having seen these horses here in training, Gareth and Michael, I know they're going to do their best. I know they're capable of 70% scores. Charlotte and I have had a great couple of days here on build-up. We've come with a lot of confidence because we did a lot of fixing in the last 2 weeks at home. You know, we were very short of match practice, so to actually have Hickstead 2 weeks ago, then I set up an arena at Hartbury so that we could go and practice there and really work each other through. So I'm going to be confident that, you know, Vallegro can again go for a record in the Grand Prix, and if I can just hit my form from 2 years ago, which I will ride like I haven't ridden in 2 years, put it that way. That's what my plan is. And if I can go mistake-free with the power, then I know that we're going to have 2 huge scores to help keep them afloat. And when you look at the scores over the years, you can see that I can say a big score for Denmark would be 77%. That would probably be one of their highest scores, although they have a very consistent 75, 77. But we know that Vallegro can go out and get between 82 and 85, and that might just give us that push up the ladder to get the team medal that I'm hoping for.
Well, we look forward to watching it all with great interest, and the best of luck to you and all your team.
Thank you very much.